Let's go.
Oh no. You are not Mr. Debonair over here, bro. You better relax.
Let's go.
Anyways, welcome to the soil. Welcome to the crossover, everybody. We are live and kicking, chilling. Happy new week to everybody that's out there doing their thing, on a regular weekly basis. We out here doing our thing on a regular weekly basis as well. Oh, snap. I got the wrong dang show name on here.
Oh, man. See? Talking bad.
Oh, get out of here.
Talking bad, boy.
Out of here.
The gaming gods is here, baby.
Oh, whatever, bro. Anyways, what's cracking with you? How you been doing, bro? Good to see you.
I'm doing all right, man. Good. What's going on, bro? I'm over here trying to get the right screen. I don't want to show.
Man,
this is right here. Let's go.
I had to lay you down yesterday for the first time playing Madden online in years. First time playing Madden online for you. But to keep it a buck, folks, he got me the second game. He put my fire out. But I did get him on the first game. But
that terrorist behind me, you was like, man, get him out of here.
I ain't gonna lie, that man is a goddamn demon. I almost don't even want to look at you today just for the fact that you got that man behind you because he was giving me nightmares last night.
Oh, man, the hits he was giving, boy, man, I was like, let's go, Donald.
Man, go. I got the Browns for the second game because I was like, Nick Chubb, the man. He the man. Because in reality, he is, right?
He is, yeah.
But about 3 plays in, when he picked bro up and body slammed him, I was like, man, I don't even want to run the ball no more.
You did stop running the ball.
That's like, I don't even want to run this shit no more, man. God
damn.
Running
that ball there for a minute there, yeah. Once he got, because he slammed him twice. And then the other teammate started cracking his ass. It was pretty funny. I love it.
Oh, yeah, that white dude that you had that you was bragging about. Yeah, Hoyt, man.
Yeah, he was like...
Yeah, he hoiked me up and then body slammed me. I wasn't having it. I was like, Nick Chubb, you need to hit the bench, bro. You good?
Oh, man. But good win on the first one. The score did not dictate how it just... They did my boy Stafford dirty, man, with his accuracy. But the 2 turnovers at the end just ate me alive. But good win, the first win. But I had to show it up. It was the same. It was actually the same exact way how I lost to Kids Move last week. The first game, he beat me around the same amount of points. I think he beat me 10, 14 points, something like that. The first game, I believe.
I beat you by 12 the first game.
Oh, the first game 12, and so Kids Move beat me by about 10. But it was kind of like how that same ending. The game was close. And then it just got away from me. But both times I adjusted and I kicked his ass and I gave you the business. I won't be too slanderous about how bad that score was. We won't let people know about that. You don't want to let people know.
It was 41-14. I ain't tripping about no damn score. The Browns was playing like the Browns, so it was no thing for me, man. Watson is trash.
Oh, man.
Or at least in the game, he's trash. I mean, they definitely brought his stats over from the past year because he was booty.
Yeah,
but anyways,
tragic.
Yeah, but now we're gonna go on ahead and get into some stuff. The way I wanted to start the show was kind of goofy today. By the way, shout out to everybody that's in the chat already. Thank you for pulling up. First off, Mr. Joanna Dark made it here first, so just wanted to go ahead and throw that out there. Xbox International Podcast. That means Crazy Louie's out there looming and lurking.
I gotta get Louie on, man. I gotta get Louie on GRG sometime, man.
Louie is so dope. I love his opinions and whatnot. And he's just goofy ass dude. I just enjoy his company. Gaming Down Sights, what's cracking? Good to see you, fam. Stanley Francois.
I gotta tell Sights right fast because I was playing Street Fighter. I thought it was some weirdo that was messing around with me, and because I didn't know it was him until like the last minute. I said, "Oh, that's Sights. That's all in my face." Because I ran a couple of matches of Street Fighter before we started the show, and then I was like, "Oh, I would have interacted with and try to get a couple of rounds in," but I thought it was so weirdo. Like, man, why does dude leave me alone? Why is he all up in my avatar's face? And then I seen right when I was about to join, when I joined the match, that it said his name, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know. So my bad, Sights. I thought you was a weirdo because I ran away from him. I'm like, get out of my face.
I thought you was a weirdo.
I thought he was a weirdo. Like, what is he in my face for? Who is this clown? Anyway, my bad, Sights.
All right, shout out to Big Mad Mo, channel member. Good to see you up in here, brother. Doing this thing. I seen him throw out the emoji with me behind that Series X, you know what I'm saying? But that rap today looking nice, though, isn't it? That Starfield rap looking nice.
Looking real good, looking real damn good. I'm shocked about that. Shocked.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here in just a little bit after we get through a couple things. Pixel Bit G, what's cracking? Cult Classic Cage, Cassie, good to see you. That's another person that you need to have on your show whenever times line up, right? Cult Classic Cage, beast. Highly recommended to have on the show. Dolo Knight, what's cracking? Good to see you. Ray Chi, yo, what's up? Good to see you up in there and back from the dead. And Dragon Heart Yobi, two more phenomenal panel members that joined the space. So thank y'all so much for doing that. Let's go on ahead and let me bring up the first thing I wanted to talk about, which is actually the question of the day. So let me go on ahead and get that pulled up. Pow. So the question of the day. Oh man, I can't even move this thing. That's right. There we go. No. I'm good. This is all right. So the question of the day, I have it on the screen already.
PC. I didn't know, man. I mean, you know. You need to
relax.
Dark side.
You need to relax. Immortals of AV, I'm going to teach you a lesson. You need to sit back. But anyways,
I'm a little nervous tonight.
You're right. I mean, anybody looking at those specs for Immortals of Avium is mad nervous. It don't matter even if you have a 4090. I mean, you know you're gonna run it, but godly, like all the things that make that game work is gonna be pushing that PC to its damn limits. It's crazy. It's crazy. They recommend DLSS on a 4090. Right? That's crazy. But anyways,
that is nuts.
The question of the day is, why do you think certain people don't get review codes? And I got a fun one to throw on the screen right here. Wherever. Okay. Yeah, so here's what I want you guys to listen to here in just a moment after I get it pulled up. So, question of the day, get that up out of here. All right, so I'm sure some of you guys seen this, but this person right here did not get the review code that they anticipated getting. So they are not very happy. Okay, Mega, you might have to turn on the stream and actually listen to it to hear it.
Okay.
But I'm gonna play it right now for the folks.
Oh, did you get a code from Keymailer?
Yeah, it's on. It comes out the first. Yeah.
Interesting. This is very interesting.
Yep, I qualified for it, and I have requested one. Yep.
With your 30 NSG YouTube channel.
Yep, with my 30 NSG with only 1,400 subscribers. That's correct.
That's really interesting because I applied with 30,000 subscribers and I was declined a couple of weeks ago. They apparently are filtering certain content creators out there. I didn't want the Xbox showcase to be good. I want it to be bad because that's what you deserve. Because I think, you're terrible people. I thought maybe I got filtered for size. I thought maybe they're only going for big channels. Dude, we didn't get Elder Scrolls for this? We didn't get a new Fallout for this? Really? This is what y'all been working on? This is what you bring to the table after all this time?
You got straight up denied.
I got declined, yeah.
Tell you why?
It doesn't tell you why. I requested weeks ago and was declined.
They clown it.
so I was not declined. I gave them the benefit of the doubt. I thought, oh, they declined me because my channel's not big enough. There was a release date because there was a release window, and a release window indicates when the game's gonna come out. And they said the first half of 2023. It was in a video. It was on Phil Spencer's butt. It was in a
Tell you why.
It doesn't tell you why. Blog. They put it everywhere, and now it's not gonna happen. And this is because it's been delayed. And
You got straight up denied.
and I can't wait for tomorrow when people want to come into my stream and tell me it's not delayed, Lono.
You got straight up denied.
We never had a date. Shut up. They looked at the channel and thought, no.
Who's laughing now?
So there you have it. I'll let you finish up, K Mega.
Wow. 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 Wow.
So I want
That
you
was
just to
beautiful.
think about that for a second and just let it spill. Just let it spill. Why do you think certain people don't get review codes?
Well, I mean, it's just no different than what like what PlayStation has done. Like PlayStation will regulate your ass if you do not comply to giving them a high rated score, or if you had any controversy. It goes all the way back to all that stuff that happened with The Last of Us 2. And with that, there was a lot of people that was upset, not because of only what was the leaks going on throughout the story, but some of the characters within that game, beloved characters. There was some crazy situations that went on within it, and people were upset. And then, of course, there was this leaker that supposedly was a part of the Naughty Dog team, and then it came about the crunch stuff and all these other things. And so there was a lot of people that jumped on them and that made this stuff. So the people that made videos, if you guys remember, they got their channels shut down. Some of them even had copyright strikes. It was a mess. So it is clear that maybe Xbox is trying to get into that level of where, look, if we're going to bring out a big title, what is the real reasoning of bringing it to somebody like him when they only are going to just dissect it and just they'll play it and they may deep down enjoy it, but because of their base, they can't. And so it would be irrelevant. It goes back to the Redfall gameplay from IGN. If you remember that was some of the worst gameplay I've ever seen, next to going back to when whoever was playing Cuphead that couldn't do the proper jump to get through the tutorial of that game. Like, it was awful. And so, and even though that Redfall had its problems and it wasn't perfect and it was the worst game for Xbox this year, it still wasn't as bad as how that gameplay was. That gameplay was atrocious. So hopefully Xbox is now starting to understand, it's like, look, for our bigger titles, for these titles that we're trying to bring out, and we have a lot of new IPs that's under this umbrella that we want to show, we're going to have to start nipping the bud on some of this stuff. Now, I've heard that, certain content creators, because if they was participating in the console war, they couldn't get a free copy and things of that nature. Don't know about that, but I am very pleased about people like him not getting it. And, I'm just looking on the internet.
Came in and say he pleased.
I'm very pleased about it because listen, it doesn't matter. It's just in everything. It's just the way the culture of social media is right now. Everything, any and everything, is got to be critiqued into the negative. You can't be positive about nothing. I can tell you, I haven't seen Transformers yet. But there's people that said this Transformers is this, but the headlines is this. Well, this is the worst Transformers. Sales wise, it didn't attract enough viewers, and it was the worst in Transformers history. Not saying that that the movie was good, but this is the situation here. Or even when it was going there, where people was ripping the Mario movie. Me and my wife just recently watched the Mario movie like the other week. It was great. It was fantastic. I can't wait for the sequel. But that's just in the climate that we're in, and it definitely happens with games. There's people that I could do. Everybody's a better writer. Everybody's a better gamer. Everybody's a better music producer. Everybody's a better everything. But none of these people have any experience in that department. But they will let you know of why this and that is bad, and this will be no different, especially for a game for Xbox that is going to be probably the next coming of and I'm not saying that it's on the same plateau as Halo, but it's in that pantheon. You see what I'm saying? Like it's already been, it's big like that. It's like the next Gears, it's like the next Forza. So like when you start talking about Xbox games, it's, when you talk about Halo, Gears, and Forza, Starfield looks like that's going to be put in that position, put in that pantheon. So that's where we at. And so it's very smart for Xbox to not just let any and everybody do it just for clout purposes, because we all know that these type of people, their whole thing is about rhetoric and about divisiveness. It's not about to just be honest and say, oh, this game is good, because when a stand gets a hold of this game coming up here in about 2 weeks, it's going to be, the game's all right, but it's not all that. It's going to be very few PlayStation gamers that's going to say this game hits. And you know what I'm saying? And then it turns into the same old thing as it always is that, well, this game is not on the same caliber as a God of War or anything like that, when in all actuality, this game could be on the potential of being on that same level as a God of War. Now, it may not, but from all indications, from what I've been hearing, this game is absolutely legit. It is the real damn deal.
No, that's a fact. I like I 100% agree with you on that, man. I just think for this subject right here, why I don't think certain people get review codes, specifically this dude right here, is the same person, the person that y'all all just watched complain that he didn't get something, but some other person that's a smaller reviewer gets it, and he immediately thinks that, oh, I'm big though. I'm bigger than that. I deserve that. Like Bethesda owes him something after his nonstop slander for Xbox. He came up into my comments on one of my posts talking about, because I was talking about these mid-gen refreshes a week ago. And I was saying that mid-gen refreshes in general, I don't know what any of you guys in the chat think about this. I don't know what you think about this, K-Mega. But I think mid-gen refreshes are a ripoff.
Oh, no question.
I think that you're taking me to town when you're telling me to go buy the console a second time, and it's better than the first one. You're kind of telling me to just go on ahead and get a PC. That's what I'm hearing when you keep telling me these mid-gen refreshes. And I said, I had a post on Twitter or something about that. Of course, Brap comes in and says what he says, but I was just like, whatever. But then Reforge comes in and says, Xbots settling for less again. And I'm like, wait a second, where in my statement is, I didn't even mention Xbox. I didn't mention Xbox. I didn't mention PlayStation. I just said mid-gen refreshes are, a company taking you to school. They're taking your money, and sure, they may apply a few things that make it better. But me and my buddy Matt Likes Games was having a conversation about Starfield, and if Xbox were to make a pro console, it would probably still run at 30 FPS. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
You'd have to give it like a whole new CPU. It might as well be a whole new generation of a console if you're going to make it run 60 FPS, because you're not parity at all anywhere close to the Series S anymore at that point.
Oh yeah, right.
And then the Series X is supposed to be the next level of this generation for Xbox. You know, starter zone, Series S. Pro zone pretty much is the Series X. And yo, me and you just got done talking about Immortals of Avium last night and how demanding that is. I don't think a PS4 Pro or PS5 Pro or an Xbox Series X squared, whatever the hell you want to fucking call it, is going to fucking make Immortals of Avium run at 120. You could just forget about it. That game is crazy if you've seen the specs for it.
It's nuts.
So, like, sure, pro consoles probably have some room, and I'm sure, you know, I mean, it's just like a cell phone. People are gonna buy it if you put it out there. If you, you know, if you you know, if you have the food, people will come and eat, right?
Sure.
If you got the food, people will come and eat. They'll pay for it and whatnot. But what I'm saying is, I'm just not down for that. I don't really like paying over and over for the same console in the same generation. They already got me last generation with the 1X, and then you see how the rest of that generation turned out.
All three.
Me too. I had the original VCR version. I had the Xbox One S, the white one that I ended up selling to my buddy Alex, and I got the 1X as well. Had all three of them for no goddamn reason. Pretty much. I mean, we were talking about the stress. Oh yeah, this one's so much more powerful. Man, throw Red Dead Redemption 2 up in there, or Borderlands 3.
I was gonna say Borderlands 3 is what did in mine.
That powerful. I'm telling you, that Series X is not, or not Series X. 1X is not that tough. I'm telling you, I busted out a couple guns in Borderlands, and my whole console shut down.
Yep.
It was like, you got me. But like, but not only do people like that sometimes think that they deserve more than what they've even strived to achieve, but it's also it's also, in my opinion, pretty important, as you were saying about Xbox, to kind of make sure that they are understanding of who they're giving their access to.
Right.
And
they, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, continue. No, continue.
Well, no. I just wanted to say, just to agree with you on that, is that also think about the smaller content creators. I'm not talking about somebody like me or anything like that, but but give these people the opportunity to show if they can be trustworthy with your content. Like, because that's the one thing that could propel somebody from being, let's just say, somebody at 500 subs to get to that next level. Because where we have to get back to is to where reviews are looked at and perceived to be as thoughtful and as straightforward as possible. Not everybody will agree, but you can tell when you could go and you can listen to reviews back when Adam Sessler was doing it, back in that time and era, compared to what you listen to now. Like, I can remember the Skrillex guy, I think that's his name, or Skill Up or whatever his name is. He was talking about it. Yeah, that's the artist. I'm saying I got Skrillex on my mind. I was listening to it not too long ago. Anyway, Skill Up guy. He was talking about a game that Dungeons and Dragons game that came out like about a year or two ago. It was the 4-player co-op, and he talked about how awful it was. It was this and that, and it was just off. I had so much fun. I maxed out every character in that Dungeons and Dragons co-op game. It came out on Game Pass. I bought it.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah,
it was broken as hell, but it was fun.
Yeah, and then it's patched and everything. But I mean, it was so damn fun. But see, that's the thing to me. But the way that he ripped it, like it was just like it's not even worth giving it a shot. And I hate that because a next man's trash is another man's treasure. You know what I mean? Like every time that you know, just because it's not for you, you have to put that in context of that this game, it's not for me. But here's the positives. When you have a review where everything is mostly negative, then I don't even need to listen to you. So we need to get back to that. And that's what I'm saying. So like people that can get the opportunity to get some of these free codes, then that's fine. But the disrespect of just because you have 30,000 subs and you've been talking shit about Xbox and then about this particular game the whole damn time once Xbox picked up Bethesda or locked down Starfield, you are too damn cheap and disrespectful to try to get to not pay for the game or to get Game Pass to see if this game is on the same level. It's not like you ain't getting decent ad revenue. So you're going to be cheap. You want a free copy just to talk shit and to boost your ad revenue to it. So, like I said, kudos to Xbox for giving him the middle finger for sure, and others like him.
100%, absolutely. I love it. The chat is rolling as well. I'm gonna read some of these chat messages and see what's cracking. Polybaba says, "What's good, everybody? What's cracking, Polybaba? Thank you for popping through." Back from the dead just a little bit before that says, sadly, Lono used to be a good Destiny 2 content creator years ago. That fanboy content isn't the worst you can find on him. Look up, say no to rage if you want to see where he came from and how far he fell. Oh, snap. So I mean, I know you used to be a content creator and got caught up in some stuff and whatnot, and
politics,
and you know what? I'm not here to throw dirt on anybody's name like that. Like that's not what I'm here to do. But what I am here to do is talk about the current events and the way you've been acting as of lately in my interactions with you. I don't know about any other interactions, so I think it is very immature of me to bring up some other problem that he faced that I had nothing to do with. I don't think that's fair because I don't think I have any right to speak about that. But I do have the right to speak about you coming into my comments, calling me and whoever else is a fan, oh, Xbox accepting less, and then having the nerve to make a video saying, I didn't get a code.
Yeah.
That's what I want to talk about real quick. Because you coming over here acting like an absolute asshat. And then he had the nerve to say in the tweet, because I told him I told him to go get himself some milk. and he was like, you ain't gotta be disrespectful to me. I was like, hold up a second. I didn't tell you to come over here. And you came over here with the slander immediately. So I think he has this weird like persona about him where he can say and do whatever, but shame on you. Shame on you. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like people that rock like that. That shit bothers me. It's just like you can't tell you. It's the kind of people that you can't tell nothing, but they can tell you everything. So I wasn't rocking with that at all. And to continue on, Mr. Joanna Dark says in the chat, TSWS gaming, not really. If you buy a console on launch day, then the upgrade you have made your money on the usage of the console. But yeah, get a PC. Remember that consoles will always be behind in tech due to the price point
always.
They want to hit. I get that. Mr. Joanna Dark also says, I got a PS4 last gen day one, and when I went to the Pro model, it made sense for me since it is always cheaper to buy a console specifically at launch. Sure, I get that, but like you're still buying two consoles in the same cycle. And in this specific situation with the Series X, PS5 and whatnot, it's just like, man, like we hear about all these power things that they haven't even really taken advantage of, like, especially for Xbox, if I'm being specific.
Oh yeah.
I want to see Xbox take advantage of all this stuff, and I don't want to see them go to the next thing. PlayStation, you know, I don't follow them as closely, so who knows? And plus, their whole thing is selling consoles, so maybe that might make more sense to them. But it's only been a couple years in the generation, and you're gonna tell me that I need to pay more when there hasn't been that many games that came out. Like it'd be different if there was like a crazy amount of games that came out, and it's just like we see it through the games that we need some more power. But it's just like there hasn't been all these crazy games that come out. Like I don't think either does either publisher have more than 10 first party or 15 first party games out, you know? I mean, it's just like,
well, I mean, technically, yes, because there's smaller titles, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm talking about like taking advantage of the power at this top end. I want to hear like the velocity architecture is really being taken advantage in this, and you know, whatever. I just want to know that this console has been taken to its highest potential before you advertise something within the same generation. My personal thoughts.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with that. And it seemed, just look how long it's taken for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One to get to its max potential. I mean, that there was, I remember at the time I was like, okay, so Xbox is going to be bringing all these SKUs in because I thought that the Xbox One X was going to be a part of that family of pretty much being the bridge to take you over to the next generation. I was not expecting a $300 S version. So, and then when it did come out that they had an S version, that I was like, okay, so the Xbox One X is still going to be that bridge to where it still has enough juice because we haven't seen enough of it. We haven't had it that long, and it still has enough juice to where it can, you know, for somebody who still just isn't ready to jump over to the new consoles yet, they could just use that. But then they discontinued the X, and so I was like, oh well, damn. Like, and that's when I came to the conclusion that Phil Spencer just wanted to flex on that. Like basically say, look, PlayStation, you're never going to have that opportunity of claiming that you're going to have the more powerful console. Obviously, that bothered him. That bothered the hell out of him, you know, and so that's why he made the comment that he did. So if PlayStation does, which they will have a pro version, if it's on the same equivalent as the Xbox Series X, then you probably will not see one. But if it is just, I think, even a hair more powerful, and especially if that thing can pump out certain games and frames per second, since that's the big thing right now is frames per second, then Xbox is definitely going to have one available. And I'm sure that they already have been working on a pro version. So, I mean, it's just, I'm all about options. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, I mean, I don't have a PlayStation 5 yet. I've said that this is the reason why I got this PC and built it, is because, I mean, I could just go ahead and just kind of cut out the middleman. But I'm a gamer at the end of the day. And so like I was saying, like,
would you bend the knee though?
Let's wait for a PlayStation 5.
Yeah. Is there anything from PlayStation that would make you just say, you know what? All right, fine.
Well, I've always bought a PlayStation. I mean, I've owned every PlayStation console from the beginning. And so it's kind of it, even though I don't miss it, I'm not caring about it. But my psyche is like, man, you always have had a PlayStation in your home. And you don't have one. You don't have. I got two PlayStation. Well, three. I got the PS1, PS3, and the PS4. But to not have the latest version is still odd to me. And so, like when I said on GRG last week, I was like, man, I seen a digital, because that's all I want is a PlayStation digital. I don't care about the disc drive. and it was at a decent price. It was at like $380, and I'm like, I might have to risk it all. I might just go ahead and get it after saying I wasn't, just because of that. It's just a psyche thing. But when I play Spider-Man on my PC compared to when I played it on my PlayStation 4, or even when I played it, because my homeboy has it over there, I had the PlayStation 5, and when I play it over there, it plays good, but it don't play as good as what is on my rig. And then I just come to revert. This is why you went ahead and got your PC built, or you built your PC for this reason, to not spend that extra money and then just have a console collecting dust. So the mid refreshes is, you know, like I said, I like the option, but it's just up to each individual of how they want to. Like for us, the hardcore, the people who listen to podcasts, who just absorbs gaming all the time, we know that we're gonna eventually bite. I know that you don't want to, but you're gonna bite too. You know what I'm saying? Like if they come out with an Xbox Pro, an Xbox Series Pro, or some whatever the hell they'll call it, we'll get it. You know we will. You know, and for us crazy knuckleheads, we'll somehow keep we'll keep our Series X, and then we'll go ahead and spend how much that the Pro version will be, and so we'll just have 2 SKUs of the same generation in our home. So it's you know what I'm saying, and it's the same with PlayStation, or you know what I'm saying, the same with the PlayStation hardcore. They'll have both SKUs, or for most likely, for what people who are reasonable, they'll just trade that puppy in. So, but yeah, no, I think the smart gamer, and usually it's the casual market, they wait. They're like, man, look, I'll just go ahead and hold on to this Xbox One or this PlayStation 4 until that damn thing clunks out, or until it is that certain game that I know that I won't be able to play on this version of console that is going to make me go and get the PlayStation 5 or the Series X or the Series S. So that's just kind of it. And that's why I was looking at it from the standpoint of where the Series S is so valuable, because of the fact that it gets you into the next generation, despite of how some people think about their console, without having to pay premium for it. You see what I'm saying? So, when you come to look at it, the PlayStation is going to have a Slim, so they understand. I mean, they did it with their Slim. So, with the PlayStation 4, they see the benefit of having people who are just not going to spend $500+ for a console, when you could have something for maybe $400 or less. That's just good economics, especially if people aren't gaming as heavy as we are.
Gotcha. Let me read a couple more of these chats, and then we're going to go on into the next subject. So, Polybaba says, people upgrade phones sooner than a mid-gen refresh. Maybe they start the next gen in 6 years this time. Hey, I tell you what, I actually thought of that myself as well. Because, like I said, me and Matt were having this same conversation, and we kind of came to the conclusion that the PS5 Pro made sense, right? Mm-hmm. But for Xbox, I'm not sure how much sense it makes, because of what I was telling you about Starfield and whatnot. But there is a caveat with that, and I'm kind of leaning towards where Polybaba was talking about, because I was thinking, maybe instead of saying, you know what, Sony, I'm gonna fight you on the Pro console, why not just say next generation? Why not just say this is the next generation and undercut them again like the 360 did? You know what I'm saying? And say, we're already there, we're already more powerful, and we're already ready for you guys to use our dev kits to figure out these games. And this is just the next generation. We'll just make, lower res or FPS ports for the Series X and the Series S. But now we're literally in Gen 10. Now, we're putting the flag down in Gen 10. What do you think about that, K-Mega?
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. Like, I mean, it's weird because when you think about it overall, like, I mean, we are in the new generation. And I don't feel like we got hustled. I mean, I know that you feel like, I just don't feel that. I mean, because I can tell the difference of just how games play. And I don't know what defines. I mean, this is a question I'm asking you in the chat. What truly defines next generation to you? Is it frames per second? Is it every game having 4K ray tracing? I mean, is it the whole package? Because if you look at it and you go back and you try to play, because listen, I played the Xbox One version of Madden, and then I played the Xbox Series X version of Madden, and then I played my PC version of Madden, right? I think that a lot of console gamers that's in this that's in this space that listens to social media gets too overhyped behind the fixation of PC. If you are that engulfed into PC specs, then you should just go ahead and just transfer over. And just deal with what PC is. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not the greatest thing as some people try to allude it to be. Yes, it's a powerhouse, but you're going to be paying for it. For what you're getting from a console, even though like $500 is not anything to sneeze at, or $550, or for however much that these pro versions will be called. The thing for me is like, you're still going to be paying double to get those same type of numbers for, because I mean, if you just get you a $1,200 PC, build it or somebody build it for you or whatever, and you get 1440p, 120 frames and up, then I mean, you can still get that on the Series X and on the PlayStation 5. You see what I'm saying? So like it's and even on the Series S, you can get games at 120 frames per second if it's about the frames, and you're paying a hell of a lot less. So it is valuable. I just don't. I think it's just all comes down to the individual, because, like I said, for me, I feel that we are in the next generation. I don't know if. I don't know. I don't feel like we're getting hustled like he was alluding to earlier. I just feel like saying that you have the most powerful console is great, but if PlayStation does come out with a better pro version this year, from what is rumored, then you can't use that at this point now. So I don't know. That's kind of like my thoughts on it.
Okay. Dragonheart Yobi in the chat says your B-Day gift arrives on Thursdays. Unbox it on GRG Friday. I love you, brother.
But what the hell did you do, Yobi? What the hell did you do, brother?
I don't know, man.
Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Well, bless you. Yobi, man. Yobi is, man, I don't know. I thought Yobi was mad at me for a minute there. I didn't know. It was hurting my heart, because I was like, I would never do anything to displease my brother, man, because he's really good people. But man, he's always been just great. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I hope the PC's working good for you, brother. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the good ones out there. So man, go out support Yobi, go friend him. But man, you didn't have to do this, but man, you know what? I love you for it. Thank you, brother, man. Thank you. I will unbox whatever it is. It could be a stuffed animal. Who knows? But I'll unbox it.
Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully it's hopefully it's a Chargers jersey.
Bro, if it's a Chargers jersey, then everything nice I said to Yobi is out the window. I will burn that bitch. That's what I'll do. I will not listen. I'm loyal to the soil, bro. Bro, do you not see everything I'm posting right now? Anyway, but yeah, it's all good. It's all good. No, we love you.
Shame.
Appreciate it.
You got so much trash all over the place right now. Can't make it. That hat, that shirt. That disgusting. All right, I ain't gonna talk about the background because I ain't trying to get hit. That dude is insane. You might reach through this screen and choke me. I don't know what's going on.
But anyways, boy, 99.
Well, speaking of consoles, pros or other SKUs being added, let me go on ahead and throw this on the screen right here, because I was talking to you about it last night. The plates are sold out.
Yeah, you told
But
me
the
that last night.
controller and the console itself for the PS5 Marvel Spider-Man 2 limited edition bundle is still available. I want to know, K-Mega, what does this kind of say to you in comparison? Because I think it's kind of different. And I mean, Xbox is clearly doing their own version of plates. We've seen it today with whole Starfield cover for the Xbox, which looks slick. We'll still be talking about that probably soon after this topic right here. But I just want to hear what your thoughts are on this console just being the way it is, not being sold out. Do you think they have so many of them so it's not sold out? Or do you think that people that only purchased the PS5 cared to get the plates and it's pretty much it?
Joanna Dark said it before I did, and it is, and he's absolutely right. If the fact of it is that we find out here next month at some point that they're having a slim and a pro version, that's what people are waiting for. And on top of that, people are just being smarter consumers for the most part. Like, why would the fixation on what PlayStation was last generation is just not transferring over to this generation? Yes, console sales is the only thing, but when it comes to game sales, things like that, and yes, Spider-Man will do very well. That's a given. But it just seems like what PlayStation's what happened last generation is just not resonating the same way. It's just not hitting the same. And if you have it would be smart for people who, if they have a pro version or a slim version that is even somewhere comparable, then I could go. They most likely would have a Spider-Man version, or they would wait to get the plates and then put that on the pro version, because you would think that the pro version would be around the same size as the regular version, maybe, or or whatever the case may be. Because I mean, it's just, I don't know. And then something that would, I don't know. This is just me hypothetically just throwing this out here. Maybe there's a fatigue. Maybe there's just a fatigue not for Spider-Man the game, but just for the spending of things. Like, yeah, I bought the last Spider-Man custom. It was great. And let's just say somebody bought a Spider-Man custom in 2018 or 2019, right? I mean, that's only what, 4 years ago? You know what I'm saying? That's not like it was 10 years ago or 15 years ago. It's not like when somebody bought the Star Wars 360 and then they're looking and they're seeing something that's a custom-made console that's available now. They just bought a custom console just less than 5 years ago, or around 5 years ago. It's less than what some people may think is an actual, long period of time, and they probably just don't want to invest into that. And especially, how much is the console overall with everything?
The whole Spider-Man limited edition bundle?
Yeah.
$600, $599.
Yeah, that's it right there. That's it. See, people think I'm crazy when I say this. That $600 line, there's a line there. People see $600, like $500. Okay, I can rock that. $600 is just another. I mean, that's car payments. That's
closer to a G.
That's closer to $1,000. That's half of somebody's mortgage or rent or whatever hell. That, you know what I'm saying? That's a different level of money. Like, it's just like with the 10 extra dollars. People thinking like it's only 10 extra dollars to buy a game. That 10 extra dollars can go to something else. And if you buy multiple games, just add that 10 every time. Like that, it's just something about these. It adds up. And you showing a console for $600. And if people are feeling like PlayStation is not really hit it out the park yet with their gaming content. On top of being $70, I can see why it's not moving. I mean, that's a hypothetical on my part for that. But I think it's kind of where Mr. Joanna Dark is going, is where people are waiting for the Slim and for a Pro version, and they're saving their money for that. And then, of course, we're just, even though it may seem like it's like a little bit of ways, but holidays and Black Friday is right around the corner. So, I mean, people are over here saving their money, and it's summertime too. People are on vacations too. People are really getting out, doing some things. Now is not the time. It might increase sales by the time Spider-Man comes out. But I think it's more of what Joanna Dark is saying personally.
Okay, I got you. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody watching. Hit that like button, share if you can. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. It's free. It don't cost no money. I'm not begging you for no money. But if you want to give me money, we definitely have super chats available, memberships available as well, starting at $2. I took away the $10 membership just because I wanted to figure out something to give you guys that was a little bit more worth it, in my opinion. But $2 membership still available. But I would just appreciate it if you just hit the like button and share it out. That's good enough for me. But to continue on with this specific subject that we have at hand right here, I want to say that I think that it's not sold out because it's just not special enough.
Disrespectful.
No, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. It's just not, in my opinion. Like when we talked about like the Cyberpunk edition for the Xbox, or some of the old Halo editions where you hit the on button and make a different sound and stuff like that. Like,
right.
This is literally just the same old white PS5 with plates on it. Because you can take those plates off and put the white one on, and it looks like just the regular version, right? The real difference thing that cannot be changed is a controller. The controller is really the thing that can't be changed unless you really want to take the screws to it and do all this crazy stuff to it and whatnot. But to me, it's just not that special. To people to fill the need, or to collectors, because the collectors, I feel like the collectors just said, screw it, I'll just grab the plates. Right. I don't know. Now I'm sure there's been several people to pick up this console, but just to not see it be sold out super quick. And I understand that the game doesn't come out until late October, but I would have thought if somebody would have made like I remember when the Xbox had what was it, the Halo Infinite Xbox?
Mm-hmm.
That thing was sold out all the time.
Well, just go back and think about Starfield. The Starfield thing got sold out. The collection,
the Constellation Edition, yeah,
Constellation, yeah, and that was released in July. So, you might be right. You might be right.
Well, Gaming Downsides with the $2 super chat said, "Here's money." Also,
say it.
Yeah.
Say it. How you gonna let that man? Yeah, that man gave you money, man. You better say it. Say it.
All right, I see Darnold in your back, or not Darnold, Donald in your background. So, yeah, Rams house. God,
let's
damn.
go.
Ugh. That was disgusting.
What's going on? Let's go. Say it. Represent, baby. Let's go. My man, Game Downsides.
Almost made me sick, kind of right there, just a little bit.
Man, why don't you just go ahead? You don't have no good football team, man. Come on and join Ram Nation, man. Come on and join us.
No. But yeah, $600. I mean, I think it's a mixture of both of what me and you've said, and also partially, I'll give it a little benefit of the doubt. We still got a few months before the game actually comes out, so maybe the heat turns up closer to the launch date. As Same thing with Starfield, right? Everybody was like, "Where's advertising for Starfield? What's going on? What?" And then all of a sudden, it's like punch in the face and just advertising everywhere.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, whether it's from the people or themselves or from Adam Savage or whatever, it was just getting. I mean, Post Malone even coming out here saying, "I'm playing the shit out of this game." Like, bro. Yeah. Like I said, I stand corrected. I said it a few weeks ago, and I'm saying it today. I stand corrected. I thought they weren't advertising it enough. But when you got people like Post Malone popping up and saying shit, I'm just like, all right, it's out there. People have heard about it. I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just is what it is. But yeah, hopefully they do better pro versions of consoles down the line, because I'm just not really feeling this one. It's just not that, like I said, it's just not that special to me, and I can see why this is still available to be purchased and why the plates are completely gone. I mean, K-Maker, you already know this. You give somebody a cheap out, they will take it.
They will take it. They will take it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, no,
go ahead.
I don't know. I mean, well, no, I mean, I agree with everything that you're saying. I mean, I think it's a little bit of combination of all of it, though. And Don said something here in the chat that just blew my mind. Like, that would be insane. He said Pro most likely will be around 800 plus. That thing ain't moving. That puppy ain't moving, Jack. Then if that's the case, right? if the
800, bruh.
Yeah, if Xbox and PlayStation are willing to go that next level, right? And it is feasible, right? It is definitely, it's something that we've been, me and 108 Dragons, we were saying this years ago on GRG, is that now we're getting into the level of gaming to where it's going to be the haves and the have-nots. You're going to have to pay to play. And it's not, and we kind of seen the writing on the wall where the $70 price tag was coming, where the increase in gaming was coming. I don't like it. I still don't like it. And that's why I still find ways to get around it. But when it came to hardware and what people have been demanding, I knew that was going to be, that was going to be a thing, and so it doesn't seem, and like I just mentioned about the $600 price tag, that's a different level of money. Like, that's closer to $1,000. You're talking about 800 plus. Neither one of those puppies are going to move. Neither one of them. There ain't no question. Console, especially no. So that's why a slim version. That's why the S is so important. And then for the middle tier SKUs, which is going to be the Series X and the regular PlayStation 5, or X, I should say, when they keep dropping down the price, people will get to them, and then there'll be the idiots like us that will go ahead and risk it all and just do it because we are gaming enthusiasts and we want the bigger and better tech. But overall, them things are not moving. And if we keep on demanding that we want tech to keep going to the same level or try to even come close to what these PCs are with these 49, with these 40s and these 40 series cards and whatever that's going to be coming after that, then they're going to have to bring the heat. And it goes back to what I was saying, that this console generation is going to be a lot longer than the last one. You can't have a 6-year console generation and then you all of a sudden, you got 800, because then, okay, you're going to have, let's just say that Don's theory is correct. You got $800 Pro versions. And then here we're already 3 years into this generation. We're only in another 3 years. We're going to have brand new generation. And what, those consoles are going to be 1,000 a piece. I think that this shit's going to be a lot longer. I think that I'm going back to saying it's going to be kind of as long as the 360, PlayStation 3, 8 to 10 years before we start. You know what I'm saying? 8 years, we'll see new SKUs.
You tap dancing right now, bro. I'm telling you, man, it's getting slippery. It's getting slippery.
$800 for a Pro version, you're telling me in 3 years after that, there's gonna be PlayStation 6 and Xbox, 720? Nah, bro, I can't see that. I can't see it. I can't see it. Is it possible? Yeah, but no.
Yeah. The Don got us out here.
This man got us sweating.
We tap dancing over here now.
Bro, this wallet is over here struggling. Look. Man, the money I had in here, it is now gone. Look at that. That money that was, I had money. I swear to God, I had money here. Just be talking about it, it's gone. Wallet is empty, Jack. Wallet is empty. Only thing I got is a god. This is all I got. I got what is this? A foreign meal. This is all I got. Thank you, gaming. You broke my ass. You broke me. You broke.
Well. Speaking of other console editions, there was another one that's not for purchase. That's pretty interesting to see. This one's an Xbox, and let me go on ahead and click on the picture. Maybe it'll be a little easier to see. But this is the Armored Core Fires of Rubicon Xbox Series X, which I believe, like I know that one of those are just a replica, and I think the other one is actually, I think it comes with two Xboxes. One's an actual working one, and then the other one's just like a replica for like a put in the background or something like that. And I think that's pretty insane. Here, let me click on this picture and see what it do.
That's gorgeous.
So in this picture right here, it shows the Series X laying down. You can see the controller. It's in like a gun case or like a ammo case. Better yet. But this thing looks absolutely beautiful. Okay, Mega, did you actually do the hashtag for this as well to try to win one, or did you just kind of see it and just pass it by?
I give up on that. Yeah, because it annoys me now. It's gotten to the point to where it's annoying. put that shit up for sale, man. Because I ain't gonna win that shit. It's always gonna go to somebody else. Like I don't ever win. I don't ever win these things, man. The Larry Herb, giveaway games on Friday. I see everybody around me get stuff. Like, what I'm saying? When I seen Fun Speculation get damn what was the fighting game? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, that's when I gave up. I said, this man ain't gonna play this game. I'm a fighter. This man ain't gonna play it. I think he played a little bit longer than that. But
dang, can't make a mic is going nuts.
I got salty. I'm like, man, I'm like, come on, man. Oh man, but no, I just gave up on that stuff. Like I went crazy. I remember I put a whole bunch of like my points into trying to get one of those custom consoles through the Xbox, and I didn't win nothing. I was like, so I give up on it. Man,
you just gave money back to him.
Yeah, man. I'm just giving money back to him. So I'm like, I give up on it, man. Just let me buy that. You damn right, Curie. I was salty mega. I was saltine mega. But no, just put those for sale. Like, why show us that great stuff? Like, I would have paid $600 plus for the Jordan Xbox One X. Those were amazing. There was a Black Panther console, Xbox One console. There was a Tomb Raider console, Xbox One console. Like, why put these giveaways? I get sick of it. Like, stop doing that. And this right here, like,
do you think there's an underlying reason for that? Do you think that maybe they think that, maybe this costs too much to make, or maybe we won't sell as many as we'd like? Like, what would you think would be an underlying reason as to why they do these sweepstakes for like one or a few consoles, go through all the trouble of doing all that just to give it away for free?
Yeah, they're probably just fear of demand. I think that they might think that they'll lose money because I mean these things do cost. I mean, like for something like that detailed and that is wonderful. Like, I mean, I want that controller. I want all of that. Like that is so, that Fires of Rubicon looks amazing. I want that, but it is one of those things. I think it's just it's not cost effective to make these type of custom consoles like that from their perspective. I would think that they had made a certain amount, those things would fly off the shelves, and they could charge extra, and it would get people to invest. But I don't know. Like, I'm not in marketing. I just know that it's just one of those things to me that it's just beautiful. And then somebody said in the chat, it's just less stressful. Dolo Knight, he said, he says it's just less stressful just to buy it. Right. Instead of going through here, getting in anticipation. And look, you're happy for anybody who wins something. But if you want it that bad, right, then you are going to feel a little salty just because, you put all your effort and time into wanting to get it, and then you just don't have the opportunity to get it. It's one thing if you can't get it, in the sense of like if it's available and it just goes sold out. But it's another when you know that if they can make a certain amount and you can, what I'm saying, and you have the resources or the money to get it right then and there, just sell it. Just make enough to do it. And if it's successful, do another a batch of them and see where that is. Because I guarantee you, if they use that strategy for some of their console or for some of the games that's coming out, I guarantee you they would sell more consoles. I think that I don't know. That's just my thought process on it. I just wish that they would sell some of these instead of just kind of throwing these things in our face. And the only thing that comes out of it is a damn giveaway. It's just, it's trifling. It's down bad. It's tragic.
Well, I want to read off what this person, I can't really read the name from here. I think it's meant Blias or something like that. I'm sorry. I have it on I have my third screen on my TV and it's over there, so I can't really see it. But I can read this from there because it's in big enough letters. It says, one grand prize, one custom branded Armored Core, Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon Xbox Series X console bundle, non-functional, to be used as an art piece. And then it says Xbox Series X console bundle, console model design or features design of all other aspects of the console that are the sole discretion of the sponsor. The approximate retail value of this prize is about $1,000, $999.98. That is a big price. You think that now seeing that price right there, $1,000, that they want to put that on the shelf? Maybe Dolo Knight in the chat was possibly right about that stress right there, bro. That's that stress right there of just like imagine making like 1,000 of these consoles, right? And then just sitting at your desk hoping that they sell.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's got to be cost, and $1,000 is a lot of money.
Do you think that would sell though if they made 1,000 of these consoles? You think they'd sell out?
If they made 500, they would be all sold out. 1,000, don't know. I mean, 1,000, they probably could. Yeah. 500, I know for sure. 500 for sure. There's 500 Xbox gamers out there, and even if it gets to that, like, I mean, to really come to think about it, if they made 1,000 of these, it would be not only people that would buy them for because they enjoy the game, they're a fan of it, but there would also be scalpers that would, or people that would get it and try to flip it to try to get more money off of it. So it would sell those 1,000. I 500, no question. But
the 1,000, scalpers would make sure that you're purchasing it from them, because as soon as it drops, they just buy it up. It'd be at these terrible prices, and see, that's that's one of the reasons I think that they should do it. Unfortunately, it sounds terrible, right? But it's going to get sold anyways.
Yeah, they would sell it. They would sell 1,000. Yeah, 500 for sure. 1,000. That it's strong possibility. Now anything over that, now that might be a little bit suspect. But yeah, 1,000. I could see that. Yeah, and see, that's Dull Knight saying the same thing. The gaming whales would buy them up and flip them, right? Like they would move them. Xbox and whoever that was the makers of those consoles, they would get their money. And they would be available. But that's the thing right there is like, and maybe that's one of the reasons why we don't see these, because maybe that was the thing, that these consoles cost that much, and Microsoft knows that, hey, look, people ain't spending that type of money for these type of consoles. But I just hate seeing them and not having a chance to go after it, because they would have the right one that I would need and that I would have no choice but to get, like that Jordan one. If that was $1,000, let's just say that Xbox One X Jordan edition, I'd spend it. It wouldn't be no problem. It would be no problem for me to do it. I'd do it. $1,000, got it. I got it. I just make a deal with the wife on, like, okay, I cut back on my game buying. And, you know what I'm saying? And I'll make sure that she get her nails and shit done on a regular basis. I'll be like, we're going to have to put this in the budget. We're going to have to put this in the budget because I'm getting this shit right now. I'm getting it right now. So, yeah, it's just a certain thing. Like, I mean, I would buy that, not for 1,000. The Rubik, the Armor Core, I wouldn't buy it for 1,000. But I just feel that it's just less stressful. It's just less stressful. I you know what I'm saying? I would just like to have a better chance than to just throw my hat in the ring with, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of people just to know that I'm not going to get it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't even get involved. That's why I don't even do like lotteries or any shit like that, because it's just like, okay, whatever.
Okay. Well, up next, I wanted to talk about a few third-party games. First one that's up, we were looking into yesterday, and the opportunity to get into the beta is gone now. But here is some of the information that I found for the Skull and Bones closed beta. It says how to sign up and everything, but I think it's already done and gone, because K-Mega was looking into that yesterday and couldn't really find a whole lot about it. But Kay, what do you think about Skull and Bones and it coming out like finally? Do you think it's going to get delayed anymore, or do you think that this beta right here is like the real deal?
I think the beta is real deal. If they got a beta, I think they're where they want to be. They're going to have, I mean, granted, I mean, the beta could push if the game is not anywhere near where it needs to be, then people will let them know. But I feel that they feel confident. So I think that this game will be released. I think it's coming out October or November of this year, I believe. So, and I'm a fan of Ubisoft games. I really like Ubisoft games. And I've been intrigued ever since when I first seen it. I'm like, whoa, really? They're trying to go after Sea of Thieves. But then they've went such a crazy direction. This is kind of like an Assassin's Creed on water. And so it got me. It's got me, like I said, it's got me interested in wanting to play it. This is one of the reasons why I was explaining to you why I went ahead and I signed up for the Ubisoft Plus, because there's just so many games out there, but there are so many unknowns. When you not only look at that, I don't know what the other games you're going to mention, so I won't say anything until after you mention the other two. But there's so many games within Ubisoft that I want to play, but then there's other games that I know that I'm going to play, like Forza, and then there's Thunder Ray that's coming out next month, and then there's Liza P, and then all the games that's coming out like Call of Duty, and then there's just the list goes on. So some of those Ubisoft games, I'm not going to be spending that extra money when I can just go ahead and just get the service and play them. And if I like them that much, I'll go ahead and get them later on. And then you also get the benefit of having the discount. So I am interested in the game. I something tells me that this game is going to be low key good. It ain't going to be like the next new thing or whatever. And it will not overtake Sea of Thieves or anything like that. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why they delayed it like they did, is because they didn't want. They just seen that Sea of Thieves is just it's in its own space. It's its own entity. And so let's do something on our own level, and then let's see if it hits. And I think it's going to be low key good. Me personally, that's just my thoughts about it. So I am looking forward to playing it. I wish I could have played the beta, kind of, got an understanding. But it kind of reminds me of X Defiant. I remember when I played the early beta of it and how I thought about it, and I seen a lot of potential within the game. And then, of course, when they had the open beta, you started seeing people saying, "Oh, this game has some real good potential." And I feel the same way about Skull and Bones. I just think that it's just going to be the laughing stock until we actually get our hands on it and people get to really play it. So that's my thoughts.
Yeah, I was hoping to possibly sneak in just to see what it's like, but in all actuality, I don't really care about this game that much. Sea of Thieves is cool, but I don't play it that often. I played it and had some fun with it with some friends and whatnot, but we never got like so involved in it.
There was
Totally
a point
down
that
to
we
play.
were just caught in it. But you totally down to play with it? Don is that's his joint. And I refuse to play Sea of Thieves by myself or with just a crew of two. I need to have a full crew. I like to have a full crew, and then I'm down playing Sea of Thieves anytime as long as we got a full crew.
All right, I'm gonna turn this. I don't know if this is gonna show anything on it or whatnot at all, but I was gonna throw it on. But anyway, anybody that's interested or thinking about watching it, because this game is gonna be available for people that have it to stream and stuff like that. So they'll be able to show off the content and stuff like that. It's not under any NDA or whatnot.
Oh, so yeah, they're real confident.
Yeah, they seem to be, if they're willing to just to show it off, right? And just let whoever's in the closed beta do whatever they want with it. But the preload for the game itself comes out this Tuesday, the 22nd at 6 a.m. Eastern. And then the actual start date for this beta, so to actually probably hop on to YouTube, Twitch, Kick, whatever, Rumble, whatever your place is, there'll probably be somebody playing this on Thursday, the 24th, and it starts at 10 p.m. Thursday night. So definitely get yourselves ready and check this out if this is something that you think you're interested in, because it ends just a few days later, Monday, the 28th. And then we're only a few days away from Starfield. That's all I can think about. And I tell you what, K-Meg, we didn't talk about this at all in the beginning of the show, so I want to go on ahead and do this now. Or actually here in just a moment after I get done tying this up. But if anybody was wondering about the requirements for PC on this game, here's the list. It may be kind of small for your screen, so I'm gonna go on ahead and read it out for everybody. The recommended requirements for 1080p at 60 FPS is obviously a Windows 10 or 11 operating system. The processor needs to be a i7 8700K or an AMD Ryzen 5 3600 or better, RAM needs to be at least 8 gigabytes of RAM. Video card is 2070, the RTX 2070, and then for AMD it'd be a 5700 XT or better with a hard drive. SSD recommended. Sounds a little bit like Ratchet and Clank, right? SSD recommended. 65 gigabytes of available storage space. And then for the minimum requirement, so this is 1080/30. So this is getting a little bit even lower. All right, just needs Windows 10, i7 4790, or an AMD Ryzen 5 1600. 8 gigabytes of RAM. It's a 1060 for the NVIDIA card, and for the AMD Radeon, it's a 570. And same amount of storage space. The recommended 2K configuration for 1440p 60 is Windows 11 or 10, i7 9700K, AMD Ryzen 5 5600X. Video card needs to be at least a RTX 3070, Radeon 6800, and 65 gigabytes of storage. And then the recommended for 4K configuration, 4K 60, is Windows 10 or 11, i5's 11600K, or AMD Ryzen 5 5600X, 16 gigabytes of RAM. So a little bit more RAM for this one, and the 2K configuration. And then this one only calls for an RTX 3080 or a AMD Radeon 6800 XT. So not near as crazy as something like Immortals of Avium.
Nothing is crazy. I mean, yeah, my PC will be purring. It'll hit that ultra settings, and we'll be in great shape. We'll be in great shape.
Do you think this game is going to be very similar to Assassin's Creed and all the boat stuff that you could do in that, or do you think it's going to be just completely kitted out and a lot different?
I think it will be kitted out. I think it will have those elements, but I think that this game will be far more in depth. That's why I say I feel that this game is going to be low key good. Not great, but good. I think that I never got a chance to play. I own it, but I never got a chance to play Black Flag. But for all the other Assassin's Creeds that I had got to play that used the boats, I had so much fun playing them with Odyssey and things like that. I'm sure you'll be able to do some of those things to where you can board other people's ships. You can, the boat battles, ship battles, or whatever. And then the one thing about it that intrigues me is the open world aspect of it when you're off the water and the things that you can do there on lands. Now, I don't know how in depth that will be because I know this is a sea game, but just the things that they can that they can offer. Well, I'm sure that they'll have to have sea monsters and things of that nature into the game. So, like I said, I think it's going to be low key good. I don't know. Its launch, it might be one of those games that have a rocky launch, and then that's what will damage it. But the one thing about Ubisoft games is that they never give up on them. They get them right eventually. So, but I think it's going to be a very in-depth version of what we've seen from Black Flag or from the Odyssey and Valhalla and stuff like that. I know I got to play Black Flag. Everybody tells me I need to play Black Flag. I will. I will definitely play. Called an infidel. Damn. I will take that. I will take that. I hated the first Assassin's Creed so bad that I just gave it to my homeboy because he loved it. I played it. I got so bored with it. And so I let him use it, and then he had such a good time with it. He beat it. I said, you can keep it. And then I didn't ever go back to Assassin's Creed until Assassin's Creed Syndicate. That's how much I hated Assassin's Creed. I did not go back to Assassin's Creed until Assassin's Creed Syndicate. And then I kind of went backwards and started playing. I played Unity. And then when the latest three came out, I fell in love with those. And so I'm going back eventually and go to play the second and the third, and then I'll probably jump on Black Flag next. And then I also played Rogue, and I enjoyed Rogue. So yeah, the first one just left such a bad taste in my mouth.
All right, so I wanted to go on ahead and bring this up since we just keep mentioning it anyways, just to go on ahead and get through it, but. Through this source, the Outer Haven.
I'm scared.
But like, yeah, exactly, right. But anyways, the source Outer Haven had an article for Immortals of Avium saying Immortals of Avium PC requirements are beefy. Electronic Arts and Descendant Studios upcoming mystical shooter Immortals of Avium releases in a few days, and as such, the PC specs have been revealed. If you're planning on playing on PC, you may want to pay attention mainly. Because these these requirements are quite high, even at a low performance requirement. Starting, you'll need 16 gigabytes across the board in terms of memory, 700 gigabytes of SSD, or did I say 700? 70 gigabytes of SSD recommended storage. Here's when things start to get out of hand. All right, I'm just going to stop it right there, and I'm going to go straight to this next paragraph where it says, regarding upscalers, DLSS 2 and 3 will be present, as well as AMD's FSR 2.2, meaning gamers should expect some high frame rates with any of these upscalers enabled. But check out these requirements, because this is when things get lethal. All right. This is when things get kind of disrespectful a little bit. Would you say, K Megan?
Oh, very disrespectful.
All right. So for the low performance, all right, 1080p 60. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, so I'm reading it. The CPU for AMD is 37 is the Ryzen 7 3700X. Or Intel i7 9700. Just to give you guys a little bit of a reference, I'm not somebody that has like this crazy top end PC, but I'm somebody that would like to think that my PC is fairly strong. My CPU is just the next step above this low performance one. Mine's the 3800X. I have the 3800X. Damn. So it's already like kind of like rubbing elbows with me, and I'm a little uncomfortable, right? The GPU, the GPU is an AMD Radeon RX 5700 XT or an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080 Super for the low performance. Hey, Megan, that was like the card that you just got rid of.
I sent that to Yobi. That's what I had. My son took. It was the 70. It wasn't even the 80. It was the 70 that I had, super. And my son took it, so he had the 2060. So if Yobi still has the 2060 that I sent him, he's in trouble. He wants to try to play Avium on. Brother, that is insane just to get 1080p 60.
Yep, just to get 1080p 60, you got to have that. 16 gigabytes of RAM, which is whatever. Operating system, Windows 10 or 11, whatever. Storage, like I said, SSD. And it still says SSD recommended. So K Mega, you might have to get your testing tools out.
What do you mean you get my test? I got. Oh my God, yeah, damn, yeah. So, yep, I might need to try it. I might need to try it and see the difference because Ratchet and Clank, it would go with the old hard drive. I don't know if this puppy will, but I will get to testing.
All right, and then so Chill Walker says my PC is above the low performance but under the medium performance. Except for the RAM, I have a lot of RAM, 64 gigabytes. Yes, that's exactly where I'm sitting. I'm sitting like between the low and medium performance, so I feel like genuinely disrespected. So, but the medium performance for this is AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT for the what?
Did you just
wait a second?
Did it just hit you?
No. They have a misprint on here. They have GPUs where the CPUs are supposed to be.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But here, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, no, that site they messed up. Somebody
messed
was
that
sleeping.
up right there. They caught me looking right there. God damn. I'm gonna go to this one. Fuck it.
Okay.
Or is this the same damn site? Yeah, it's the same goddamn site. God damn. Tripping. Let me see if I can find another one because it literally had everything right except the medium settings part. So dang, man, I wish I would have proofread that one before I threw that on there. Damn. That's tragic.
You want me to try to find the site for you?
Here we go. We're back.
Okay.
We're back. We're cooking.
Okay. All right.
All right. So, man, this one's just harder to read. That doesn't help. Let me see if I can zoom this in real quick.
Okay. If not, I can read it.
There we go. Now I'm zoomed in. All right. So the next one is for the CPUs. It starts at a Ryzen 7 5700X. And this is still medium. We're at. And then with the Intel Core i7 12700K for the medium settings, dog. And then for the GPUs, and keep in mind, this is still 1440p 60. Just 60. 6800 XT or the RTX 3080 Ti, and that's for the medium settings. And all right, so let's go on ahead and get into the high settings. Let's get into the K Mega range. All right, let's see what K Mega is gonna be rocking. So he's gonna be able to rock up to 4K 60, but his requirements sit at AMD Radeon RX 7900 XT, which is like fresh to death, brand new. The next level up than that is crazy. Or it's a RTX 4080 with a Ryzen 7 5700X as well, or the same CPU, the 12700K. And then the last one, which is wild. For 4K 120, you're going to need the AMD Radeon RX 7900 XTX or the NVIDIA RTX 4090 to run this. And keep in mind, as they said prior, the upscalers are available, and I think they'll be mighty helpful.
Mighty helpful
in this game. Like, I don't know how you're gonna play it without it, kind of stuff. Especially if you're somebody that needs them frames or something like that. I was talking to K Mega before the show. I was like, I don't know. You might want to turn it to 1440 and see what it do.
What? He asked Ham asked me to stream it, and I said, bro, if I'm sweating like a profuse pig in this room, that means my computer is pumping, Jack. It's working to death. I mean, that bad boy's pumping out all types of heat. And it doesn't matter how many fans or what coolants I got on here. This is going to push my PC to the limit. I mean, and what's tragic is that I can't even play the ultra settings. I can only play the high settings, so I'll get the 4K 60. That's great. But see,
that's pushing it to the limit, though.
It's pushing it to the limit, though, because I mean, I got the 12K and I got the 4080. I can't even do the ultra. So like my thing is. I like my ray tracing. I like all the bells and whistles. I like the visuals. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I mean, I like the frames. Don't get me wrong, but I'm a visual guy. I like to see shit I like to see the particle effects. I like to see all that. So it's going to be wild to me because I am going to test it. And I'm going to hit him on ultra anyway. Let's just see what this bad boy go do. Turn it all up. I want to see. I want to break this shit. Let me just see. Now, I might break my PC, but we'll see about it. I'm going to try it on ultra, see if that bad boy, and then I'm going to put a little thing on it to show what the frame rates is pushing. And then, but I mean, I could have to drop back down to, 1440p, 120. You know what I'm saying? Just to stay safe. But I don't know. But in 8 hours, I was just checking it. In 8 hours, the game is gonna come available. But the biggest question is, even though like my 4080 is gonna be struggling,
and you're gonna click on the game, and your GPU is just gonna be like, it's just gonna be like, bruh.
Yeah, bro, it's going to be a pain. It's going to be a pain. Like I said, if I'm sweating like a hog in here, then you know why. Like, I mean, it is hot out here in Oklahoma. It's 103 degrees today. But no, it's nice and comfortable in the house. The air conditioner's working, but if that PC is cooking, hey, it ain't saving me. It ain't saving me. It's saving the rest of the family in the house, but not me. The bigger question is, how is this game going to play on consoles? That's the question. I mean, because if you're hitting it, that's the question. How will that game be optimized for the consoles? Because if that thing is that powerful you need that type of juice to play this game on PC. What the hell is this thing going to look like on your Series X and PlayStation 5?
There's a couple fantastic chats I wanted to read real quick that just had me cracking up a little bit inside as you were speaking. Cult Classic Cage came through and said, this game has been in development before these specs even existed. Get the fuck out of here.
Facts.
Oh,
shit.
That's just crazy. Isn't that crazy to think about?
Bro, that shit is insane. And then like I just seen that Joanna Dark just said, imagine how it will run on a Rogue Ally or a Stream Deck. Like, bro, what is that thing going to do? Like, how is it like that? I don't know. I mean,
I'll tell you this right now,
K-Mega. Go ahead.
I'll tell you this right now. I put the game Plague Tale, a Requiem, the newest one, right?
Yeah.
I put that on my Steam Deck, and it was, man, my Steam Deck was breathing. That thing was breathing. It was. I'm not even kidding. You can go ask Matt because this happened while me and him were in a party chat. I was playing it. And bro, my hands was hot. They were sweating because of the Steam Deck. And I looked at this because you can have the like it's showing you everything that's like going on within the Steam Deck, right? The heat, all that stuff, right? The FPS, everything. Tell me why my GPU read 105%.
Oh
that shit was jumping out of the hand.
Man, you can cook bacon on that bastard, boy. You can, man. You got a little grill.
I was just like,
man.
man, this thing is reaching to Jesus for some energy. This man got the spirit bomb cooking. But anyways, yeah, man. I wanted to read that, and I also wanted to read what Ray Cheese said, because he said something that I think is very interesting, because we know Unreal Engine 5 is going to be another game that's going to be coming soon. He says, I'm
Unreal
getting
Engine
scared.
5? You said Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah. Unreal Engine 5 is going to be in another game that we're looking forward to soon. That being
okay.
In which what Ray Chi just got done saying, he says, I'm getting scared of Stalker 2.
Oh yeah.
Remember, Metro was a PC melter.
Yeah.
So yo, how about, man, remember that moment when we were watching it, or I'm not sure if we were watching, but remember the Stalker trailer where the dude was dancing?
Yeah.
And the wood was moving?
Yeah.
I'm just like visually seeing that man dancing on top of my GPU. And I'm just like, this thing is finna die. You know, the Unreal Engine is gonna be no joke. But I was telling my bro, Hard Days Mike, I was like, we gotta something that we have to put into perspective, although that we don't like it today, is that they're building these engines for things like the 6090 and stuff like that. They're not just building it for today's hardware. Today's hardware will be obsolete very soon, as we always know. It happens in the snap of a finger. So I feel like that they're building this engine to really be for the future. Maybe they got a little overzealous, and it's hard to push them on these consoles as they are, or on the PC, better yet, with Mortals of Avium looking as insane as it is. But what I'm saying is, like, love it or hate it, they're building this stuff for the future, and we're going to have to go through those growing pains with them. Yeah, so, I mean, just be really careful where you spend your money nowadays. For real. And games coming out broken under Unreal Engine 4 still.
Right. Yeah, this is going to be one of those things. I just, there was something that I seen that it was in the chat, and so I just had to come back and I had to check. And so the ultra settings for Ratchet and Clank, the Rift Apart, he was right. It required a 4080 and the Intel 12K or the AMD Ryzen 9 5900X. So and you know what I'm saying, and it says 75.
Why you say that like Ryu?
Because I always say that Ryzen. Always, because it's rising. Anyway, I always do that. I always say that about rising. But anyway, but yeah, that's crazy. I forgot. He was right. Like, yeah, those were the ultra settings. But still, what's nuts is that even though with Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart on PC, with those settings, that's 4K 60, plus actually, because I can hit 120, 130 on Ratchet and Clank. Avium. You know what I'm saying? That's only high settings. So that should tell you right there how ridiculous this is. And Unreal Engine 5, going back to the point that your overall point that you're trying to say, is that Unreal Engine 5 is coming out to show that it's a resource hog. Like, we thought ray tracing was a monster, but this Unreal Engine 5 is bananas, and it's going to take a long time before they can get this thing to where it's going to start working properly. So yeah, look forward to more games being broken. Like I said, Avium is going Immortals of Avium is going to be dropping here at, it said 8 hours, so probably about 11 o'clock, 11 maybe midnight for me. And I'll stream it, but Lord have mercy. Let's hope it's not like Star Wars Survivor starting off. Let's hope not. Or Forspoken. Because Forspoken was awful at launch. awful. So let's hope. But the only thing I'm caring about is how hot is it going to be in here.
Yeah, man, you're gonna be sweating.
I'll be the bacon.
You better get a
I'll
couple
be the bacon
towels.
in this way. I'll be the bacon. Well, by the time that I'm done with that stream, I have the apple in my mouth, being roasted.
That K and K mega stands for cook.
Oh, that's what it meant. Oh man.
All right.
Damn.
Well, the second to last thing I wanted to talk about today was the Vampire Survivors co-op. And if you guys have been paying attention to the bottom left screen, which is showing right now, me and the wife has been playing Vampire Survivors co-op. She's pretty far in the game, as you see. We are not like them clowns over at IGN running around dying, ain't making no damn sense. But we're gonna tell you to try it out and it's fun. Nah, we ain't them kind of folks. We actually play the game and we enjoy the game. And we've been kicking ass. I already 100%ed Vampire Survivors. It was a blast. It was a goddamn drug, and it should be. It should definitely be regulated. But it was a really good time. But seeing that I got so far, and we played co-op first on my account. My wife was like, "You got this person, you got that person." Like I had Queen Sigma running out there. Queen Sigma is just like untouchable. As a matter of fact, under the name, you know how it says it says like the attributes of your character. For Sigma, it just says she owns everything.
Oh.
That's her attribute.
Wow.
So it's just like extra tough. So she seen mine. She was like, "I don't want to play on yours. You already beat everything. There's nothing to achieve. Let's go run mine." And I was just like, damn, I'm gonna be Poe again. God damn, be this old ass fogey Poe. But Poe ain't no punk. So it was all right. And she did have a few other characters that was unlocked and pretty dope. But it's really fun. If you have somebody, if you got kids, it's a really easy game to manage. If you have kids, all you gotta do is tell them to follow you, right? Okay. But I highly recommend checking out Vampire Survivors if you have somebody just to play co-op, even if they're not that good at games. As long as you know what you're doing in Vampire Survivors, they'll be able to ride with you, and you can help them pick the right things to upgrade and continue on. And you guys will have a blast. You have to stay within the corners of the screen of each other. So if one person dies, you're still having to revolve around that area until that person comes back alive. And that's kind of the cool thing about that game as well, is because you can continually revive over and over and over, unlike playing single player where you have to get the tiramisu twice to be able to revive twice. You can repeatedly revive as long as both of you don't die. So it's really fun. Highly recommend checking this out. It's in Game Pass. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I just wanted to throw that out there because I've been having a blast with it. Me and my wife love playing games together. We played like Unraveled, It Takes Two. We played that day one. Overcooked, Moving Out. Man, this is a gaming household. Me, my wife, and my daughter love to play games. As a matter of fact, if I were to go to this next clip right here, this is me, my daughter, and my wife playing all at the same time in Vampire Survivors. And my daughter's only 5 years old. So as I said, they don't need to be knowing everything to play this game. And plus, there's no buttons in this game. It's just moving the stick around and walking in areas. So definitely something I would love to see more people taking advantage of. And give it to, and just in case Ponicle or whatever's watching this, next time you decide to show off your co-op and whatnot, give it to somebody like me or somebody within the community that actually enjoys playing this game and isn't trying to make a few dollars or capitalize off of you just because they got some high tier name like IGN or something like that. Because I was legit pissed off when I watched IGN's review of Vampire Survivors Co-op. I learned nothing and had to jump in the game myself and do all that stuff. And it just seemed silly. But going into the last topic here that we have at hand, I wanted to talk about the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 release date and just some of the stuff that we found out. The article that I'll be reading it from is GameSpot.com by S.E. Doster or whatever. I probably ruined that name or whatnot, but he's lucky I'm giving him credit at all. Keeping it moving. Are you, K-Mega, excited for the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3? I'll list off some of the features and stuff from it, but I know we talked about it a little bit last night. Are you looking forward to this game, or is 2023 just too damn heavy?
No,
because that's a real issue.
Yeah, no, it is a very real issue. But no, I mean, I buy Call of Duty every year, just like I buy Madden, just like I buy NBA 2K. And even though I may not put as much time into those games like I used to, I still support them. The only time that I did not buy COD is when they tried to do the whole battle royale thing only. I'm not a battle royale fan. I never have been. I had the excitement of trying PUBG, and then I just come to the realization I just don't like that mode like that. I like to respawn, come back, and get your ass. I don't like to sit here and wait and then die and then just watch everybody else play. No, my ADD doesn't work for me that way. And so I'm just not into battle royale. So, but other than that, yeah, no, I'm copping. What I know that you're going to read something off on some of the stuff that's going to be in there, but having all the classic maps is an incredible feat.
Let me go ahead and read off that so we can just get into things. So we can get into it and get messy and all that shit. Let me go ahead and go through this. So I'm gonna read a little bit of the article, and then I'm gonna read off like the maps and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and start out with campaign details. So according to GameSpot, they say that the game will have a full campaign that picks up immediately where the story left off in Modern Warfare 2, which is fantastic. And as previously teased in the first Modern Warfare 3 trailer, the campaign focuses on Vladimir. I'm gonna screw this name up. Makarov, I think, who was a main antagonist of the original Modern Warfare franchise.
Yep.
Dope, right? He was an asshole. He was an asshole. But anyways, Activision describes the campaign as having more player choice than ever, with operations ranging from signature cinematic experiences to freeform open. Interesting, right? Combat missions. Open combat missions will give players numerous additional choices regarding their methods for completing missions. For example, choosing stealth techniques and equipment for a sneaky approach, or choosing explosive equipment and extra armor to go into the mission with guns blazing. That's interesting. It's giving you options instead of just saying this is what you have to do.
Right.
That's pretty dope. Players will have more open areas to complete missions with various tactics, and any vehicle in the area can be used for more player choice. What? Did you hear that?
Say that again. Read that again.
It says players will have more open areas to complete missions with various tactics, and any vehicle in the area can be used for more player choice.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right?
That's interesting.
That's something to think about, y'all. That's interesting. Very interesting, right? But now let's get into the multiplayer maps and modes. As of now, it says here that It's going to be a year of nostalgia, as all 16 maps from 2009's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 are remastered for Modern Warfare 3's launch. The maps include, and these are some great ones, High Rise, Sub Base, Estate, Terminal. Let's go. Terminal, Wasteland, Afghan, Rust. Another one of my favorites right there. Rust. Underpass.
Rust is a great one.
Invasion. Karachi. Quarry. Fantastic. Skid Row. Fantastic.
That's that one. That's mine right there. I used to get down on Skid Row. Woo.
Bro.
Used to kill in Skid Row. Skid Row and Terminal. It used to go down. Woo.
Oh, absolutely. Scrapyard, which is a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Favela. Bro, that one is legendary. The like Brazil looking area, right?
Yeah.
And then the last one is Derail, which is another phenomenal one.
I mean, they're all phenomenal. I mean,
great.
Modern Warfare 2 is my favorite overall Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'll know if I see Derail. I mean, in fact, I might boot it. I might play just to see if I can find Derail so I can remember what map that was. But yeah. Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So it goes on to say that these classic maps will be updated with new gameplay features and new game modes. Additionally, more than 12 all new core 6v6 maps will arrive for Modern Warfare 3's post-launch seasons. There will be 3 battle maps available specifically for large-scale ground war modes and 1 colossal size map for the objective-based war mode, which was originally introduced in Call of Duty World War II.
Whoa, that's nuts.
It sounds like they're going all out for this one.
They are. Now
it says map voting. What? Map voting is also confirmed to return. Let's go. Because that was something that I think was absolutely missed, especially from me, because I used to love voting on the maps. I also used to love it when people would switch their vote right at the last second, and we'd all end up going to a map we didn't expect, and we're like,
right.
I bet you remember that, don't you? Where it'd be like
I remember that.
6-5, and then all of a sudden it'd be like 2 to like 2 to 10 or something like that, and you're just like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah.
You end up being on a map. You're like, God damn, I didn't want to be here. I'm in the trenches again. Damn. But anyways, perks and mini map changes. Now, this is an interesting one as well. It really feels like this Modern Warfare is really reaching into its roots, because it says Modern Warfare 3 will bring back the classic mini map, which means the red dots will appear in the mini map when enemies fire unsilenced weapons. In recent Call of Duty games, the mini map hasn't shown the position of the enemy players if they use unsuppressed guns, and players relied more heavily on UAV strikes to get additional map intel. Modern Warfare 2 changed up the perk system with the need to earn perks during the match, but Modern Warfare 3 returns to a classic perk system of having all perks and loadouts available at the start of the match. The only major difference in perks will be based on military equipment such as gloves, tactical vests, boots, and more. Specific details haven't been revealed, but Activision confirms a version of Dead Silent perk is returning as part of the covert sneakers perk for silent movement, which is a lot. That's interesting. I used to hate that. I used to hate that perk when people use it. The silent one. Oh man, that shit used to drive me up the goddamn wall. But guess what? They're not done there. They're gonna be having Treyarch help them implement zombies. They go on to say, for the first time ever, Treyarch zombie mode is coming to the Modern Warfare series with a dark, Aether storyline. I don't know. I probably chopped that word up.
They said it right.
This won't be traditional round-based zombies, but instead an open world experience with survival elements and PvE extraction. Sounds like a mashup between Warzone's DMZ and Black Ops Cold War's objective-based outbreak mode, with rounds that escalate in difficulty. What do you think about that there, K Mega? Were you ever really big into zombies? Me, myself, I don't have a whole lot to say because I'm not.
Yeah, no, I had a group of people that when I was playing COD religiously, that's really what they all wanted to play. And then they got into it. I enjoyed it, but then it got to the point to where, all right, can we even it out? Because I wanted to play the more traditional maps. So then that's kind of like when I bowed out a little bit and then became more of a Battlefield, Halo gamer. So it does it, you know what I'm saying? So the zombie thing is I like zombies, but I definitely want to try it out because of this open world spectrum, how they want to do it. It kind of reminds me of and I cannot think of the name of the game right now. It's a zombie game that's kind of, it's not open world, but it's kind of set like that in a way. I don't know. Zombie 4 or something like that. I think that's Zombie I, or I forgot how to pronounce it, but I got it. I'm really intrigued of how that's going to work and how that's going to play out. So I'm going to find myself playing a lot of more Call of Duty than I anticipate. And what's crazy is that, all these other games that's going to be available, I might be spending more time playing Starfield as like my single player experience. And then I'll be right back on to Call of Duty, Madden, NBA 2K, and my fighters. And that's what's bananas. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like with all these other games that's going to be approaching, you got Persona Tactica and all these other things, it's always probably going to boil down to where I'm going to be playing maybe one or two single player games and all the rest are going to be multiplayer, because I'm definitely going to be playing some COD this go around.
I never thought I'd say it, but I'm excited for Persona 4.
Yeah, Zombie U. Thank you, Joanna Dark.
Remastered. I'm excited for that. Persona 4.
I'm excited,
bro.
Yeah.
Or not Persona 4. P3 is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, P3 remastered. Yeah,
P3 remastered is what I'm thinking about. Because if you've ever played, that was a point and click and whatnot in certain areas. But they're gonna turn all that into what P5 was like, and you're gonna be able to walk and do stuff and whatnot. So I'm really excited, and it looks so much nicer and cleaner, obviously, because of the much newer generations. P3 is super old. Anyways,
what was you going to read? I was going to read something from Cult Classic Cage.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm
Please,
saying?
Go ahead.
Yeah. He said, I'm over the nostalgia. COD is so insufferable to play. No amount of nostalgia will win me over anymore. They added plenty of old maps from Modern Warfare 2, and it don't work because the gameplay is slow and like crap.
Dang, listen, she ain't liking it.
Yeah, and so this is my thing, right? And this is kind of like how I have to talk to people about how people feel about Madden, right? Because if they was away from it for a while and they see the changes, but then yet, like you was talking last night, that it felt slower to you, compared to how old Madden used to be for you back then. But then there was some but there was some newer things that it did that got you involved, oh, this is kind of hot. And then you got to the moment I hate this. And then you COD is from, and I've been
No,
playing
it's,
COD
no,
consistently.
you're right.
except
There's
for-
some love-hate
Yeah.
moments for sure. There's
Yeah.
going to be things that you love that's new, and then there's going to be
Right.
things that just drive you up the fucking wall. And
right, and that's
which
Go
one
ahead,
is
I'm
good
sorry.
enough for your purchase? You know what I mean?
Right, right. And so so what I'm telling Cassie Cage, wait till it's on sale and give it a shot, because I'm telling you, the new, like, Modern Warfare 3 is out of sight. You know what I'm saying? The last COD was Modern Warfare 2. It's out of sight. It plays so damn good. It is great. It is so fun. And I understand that they're implementing stuff that was taken away and they're bringing it back. But that's
like
the
Madden.
beauty of, just like Madden, just like, what 2K is going to do. Like, I mean, I think this is going to sound crazy as hell, right? I think Madden, NBA 2K, and Call of Duty this year is going to revitalize themselves, even though they're always the top sellers. But I'm talking about revitalize themselves as being good games again, even though I know that there's always going to be Madden hate, and they're starting to get now NBA 2K hate now, and there's always COD hate. But I think if you get back into playing
NBA
those
2K
games,
kind of
and
deserve the hate.
well, yeah, and if you wanted to talk about that before we leave, we definitely can. But I mean, no, we can definitely talk about that shit. That shit is out of pocket. But gameplay wise, the experience of playing the game, that's what I'm talking about, is better than it's ever been. And I think that with Call of Duty going back to the roots, and then on top of that adding all of this content, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. If you've been a COD fan, I think this would be the best time to come back and to give it a shot. I mean, because this is robust. This is definitely what the doctor ordered. Because if you didn't get to play the last one because you was just still kind of there, I think this is the one to try it. And if you just don't like this one, then you probably just ain't gonna like COD anymore. But I don't know. I think these three games is gonna, and that's what's crazy is, like I said, these are gonna be the games on top of Halo. I may add on that that they're going to get my attention going on this year with all of this good shit that's going to be available going out, this year. And yes, I'm going to still have plenty of time into what you call it, into Starfield. I think that if one game that I'm anticipating that will suffer a little bit, and that might be Forza. Forza might not get as much time, until later. But it, what I'm saying, I think that might be the one game that might be the one that doesn't get as much time, or it could be Madden. I don't know. We'll see how it is. But those are going to be those games. I'm not going to put a 5-game rotation. That's it.
Man, you talking about your future like it's a dice game. You just don't know what you're going to roll next.
Bro, I'm thinking about it right now. The wheels are turning like, God damn, Starfield, Forza, Call of Duty, Madden, NBA 2K, and then...
Are you going to cop Metal Gear?
No, I'm not copping Metal Gear. I found out that, and see, I'm not a 30 frames per second guy. I don't care about frames per second, but you're charging me $40 for old-ass games, and they're not graphically enhanced, and then you don't offer performance mode on that? Like, what's the reason why? I mean, I could just hold on until it goes on sale. I'll cop it, but I'll cop it when it's on sale, when it's much more affordable. I mean, because to me, it's like, if you don't add all the perks behind bringing those classics back, I'm not spending $40 plus dollars, or is it $60? I think is it $60?
For what?
The Metal Gear Solid?
I don't know the price on that yet.
Okay. Yeah. I just ain't gonna do it. I'm just not gonna do that. So, but
Fair
that's my thing. Yeah. So no, that game that's not on the radar, because Naruto Connections is coming out around the same time. I'm a fighter fan. That's getting first priority. So just not
Gotcha. Well, to close out the whole Call of Duty thing, I'm gonna read this last thing, and then we'll start to do our closing chat and whatnot. But the last thing I wanted to read about this was a Modern Warfare 2 weapons and cosmetics will carry over. Something unprecedented, right? Is actually going to be happening. So it says for the first time in Call of Duty history, weapons operators, camos, weapons operators and camos and more will transfer over to the new game. There will be a few restrictions in place, but here we break down everything you need to know about the Call of Duty carryover content plan for Modern Warfare 3. Additionally, Activision announced the Call of Duty that Call of Duty will have one unified hub for games moving forward, called the Call of Duty HQ. Players will be able to use the hub to access Modern Warfare 2, Warzone, Modern Warfare 3, and future Call of Duty content all in one place. What do you think about that, K-Mega? I think that is like one of those finally situations.
Oh, man, that is... Can I actually say that Call of Duty is actually thinking about the gamer on that?
That's something.
That is impressive. That is impressive stuff. See, I didn't even know that. I didn't get that information. That right there is worth the purchase. That right there for you to carry on the stuff that you've bought. Now, I don't know. Did it indicate how far back did it go? What is it? Just going back from
just Modern Warfare 2, Warzone, okay, Modern Warfare 3, and future Call of Duties.
That's a win. That is a win. That is a damn win. And Voidlock, yeah, he said is Call of Duty cross save. I'm assuming if you're going to have that type of if you're going to have that might be something that they might be implementing in the future, because right now it's not. But because I own Call of Duty on PC and on Xbox, so if you can send your weapons over and in a cross save, that right there that's impressive. That's worth that right there is worth the price of admission.
Yeah, because there's a certain type of feeling you have when you purchase the new 2K or the new Madden, and you're just like, I'm leaving everything I purchased on 23, and I'm gonna have to do this all over again in 2024. And it almost slows down your purchase or makes you think twice if it's even worth it, especially if you're like not somebody to jump out the window as soon as the next version comes out or the next year's model comes out. Right. I think this kind of makes that adjustment a ton more easier, because you don't see your money just fly off away. Yeah. Or just like end up in a case in the corner of your room and you never touch it ever again. Or you touch it maybe twice a year.
Wow. And think about this, Ham. Eventually, this ABK deal is going to get done. And once those bad boys get on Game Pass, and then you got that right there. And then, of course, I'm pretty sure that cross save will be a feature, and it will definitely be a feature. Sky's the limit. Like, because I mean, that's the stuff, right? And see, and this blows my mind, because I'm a Battlefield guy. I like Battlefield better than Call of Duty, and the drastic separation of where Battlefield is gone to now where Call of Duty is going. It is bizarre as hell. This is like a Twilight Zone moment for me, to where I'm going directly back towards COD and moving more away from Battlefield. And I never thought that would be the case, because I valued what Battlefield offered for so many years over what Call of Duty was doing. And now it seems like Call of Duty is now finally understanding the value of their customer, while Battlefield is doing something completely different and devaluing its customer. It's a goddamn Twilight Zone right now. I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. Can't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty damn surprising. I'm excited to hear that, and not really because I'm not one of these people that do all these microtransactions or pay for all this stuff. But it's nice to know that if I decide to, that I will not lose it the next time, because I think that was one of my biggest pet peeves with getting any kind of cosmetic item or something like that. Is just like, this game is good for this year, and then my cosmetic is worthless. Well, now that changes that, so I can really get to swagging myself out. And also another cool thing is it's not going to be like a million people with the same gear in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It will get real colorful. Right.
Yeah. And it benefits also because it's a smart strategy, because it makes you more aware. It makes you want to buy those cosmetics every if not to buy, but to keep playing that game to earn those cosmetics, because you know that the next year you'll have it. That's nuts. That's nuts. Wow.
That's amazing. But let's go on ahead and hit this last topic. K-Meg, you said a little bit of something about NBA 2K and how out of pocket it is. So please go ahead and extrapolate on that a little bit. Let us know what your thoughts or where your head's at with that.
Okay, so with NBA 2K, like it's I've always been a bigger fan of NBA 2K than I was of NBA Live, and I tried to tell people how great NBA 2K back on the Dreamcast when Iverson was on the cover. NBA was just a much more superior game. It just didn't have the popularity that NBA Live did. You fast forward to now 2023, NBA Live is nowhere in existence, and it's not because of 2K has done what EA has done by holding down the NFL license. NBA just 2K just kicked the shit out of Live until EA gave up. But from hearing rumors that EA is going to bring NBA Live back, which we need that competition.
Yes.
With that being said, though, and this is the thing that bothered me when people was wanting 2K to go away back then and wanted Live to only be the premier basketball game. It goes with any other of these games out here. That's like, you need a Battlefield to counteract with Call of Duty, even though Call of Duty is #1 every year. You need the Halos. You just need all different types of competition in order to make things better. Like, I mean, that's one of the things that Madden suffer from, because they don't have another football game to keep them honest. And that's why it's been taking them so long to get them right.
Eating with themselves.
Now, even with themselves. What NBA 2K is doing now, and I should say what 2K Games is doing, is now way out of pocket. So the max, they have a $150 version, which I feel that is a bargain if you are a basketball fan, because you get NBA League Pass. I signed up for it last year. It was great. The only problem that was for me is because I'm an Oklahoma City Thunder fan, is that and that had nothing to do with the deal package. It was with this sports local network that had things blocked. So I had to still find alternative ways to watch my Thunder games live instead of watching them. Yeah, it was tragic. It was Bailey Sports, and I heard that they went bankrupt. I hope they go away. Valley Sports. I want their ass to go bankrupt. They blocked it. I was so mad, but I still got to see my Thunder games live. But every other game, like, I could watch, and I was using the hell out of it, watching all this, Sixers games, watching, all types of different types of basketball games. So that package is legit for the whole year. And so you actually save money if you get the $150 version. But this is the thing that we found out that they're going to be doing. They're not only going to be charging you $70 or $105 or $150 or $110 or $150. They are also going to implement season passes. So therefore you can earn them. But the incentive is for you to buy those season passes so you can get more rewards, more XP, things like that. So not only are they trying to treat the game that it is a paid game, but it's treating you as though it's a free to play by making you purchase season passes. This is a ripoff. I love NBA 2K. This basketball game is like what I was saying just earlier, is that this is probably going to be like fundamental gameplay wise. This is probably going to be the best NBA 2K or maybe the best NBA game that we've ever seen, ever played in our history. With this new technology that they're putting on the new new consoles is insane. Like they were showing Kevin Durant doing his actual moves on the court in real life, and the way that the game operates will play exactly the same. Same push off, same steps, same crossover, everything. It is outstanding. Another factor that is bullshit is that PC gamers will not benefit from this. PC gamers will get the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 versions.
Yeah,
they will not get
the last few years.
Yeah, they will not get the upgraded version. Even Madden is giving the next gen version on PC. So, case in point, as much as I enjoy playing the part and all of that, I loved it. Me, Dealer, Xbox 448. But there was a reason why I stopped playing it, and I forgot because I stopped playing the part for so many years. And that was the reason, because they started hitting with the microtransactions. This here, people who played NBA 2K last year, who stayed on it all year long, they played upwards of 500 at the least. This is the average. $500 to $6,000 max. That's not acceptable. That is unacceptable. So as a person who loves NBA 2K, who rides for it, who always supports it, I will support the game and buy the game. That's just it. But I will not support into this fuckery. And so I advise everybody else who are NBA 2K fans as well. Hey, it's okay to buy one season. That's fine. But don't fully support them to make, because they follow the algorithm. They know what's going on. They know how gamers roll. You know how we just jump in, and if we really are enamored with that game that much, we will spend the money. It's no different than how like Street Fighter 6 kind of tried to do some kind of fuckery shit with the Ninja Turtles thing. That's why I'm not going to support that. I'm not going to spend no extra money. I'm not spending $15 for one turtle skin. I'm just not doing it. I don't have a problem paying for the season pass, or paying a little bit extra to get the things that I want for certain perks and things like that. But I refuse for that type of fuckery to come into my gaming space. I do have a limit, and with NBA 2K, that's where I'm going to buy the game. I'm going to do my season mode. I'll be playing against people. I'll just jump in and I'll play those certain modes that Dealer like to play, or like what Ham and them likes to play. But me doing the parking shit, I'm out again. I had so much fun playing it last year, but I'm not doing it. I'm not spending that type of money out there. So I just wanted to let people know about that, and people in the chat, please let me know what you think. And Ham, what is your thought about this? As somebody who does play NBA 2K yourself, how do you feel about that, knowing that they're taking it to another level on trying to just get people extra money? And on top of that, lastly, the president got him a $40 million bonus just off of the microtransactions from what people paid from NBA 2K23. Just the microtransactions, nothing else.
Well, congratulations to him, but he didn't get any of my money for that. And this is like, we just got done talking about Modern Warfare and whatnot. This is some of the reason why. Is because this game is year after year. They know they're year after year, and they know they're going to take advantage of year after year. Their mindset has not changed at all for this title. they are viciously gouging people for
Viciously.
money. And I just can't really get behind it. I don't even like the way when I turn on the game, what happens. Like, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Don't get caught spamming the A button. I'll tell you that much. Don't do that because you will spend $150 if you spam the A button as soon as you turn on 2K. Because there's like no real wall to stop you from purchasing it if you just sit there and you're just like, I just want to, because a lot of people they get their whole ADD or ADHD or whatever going on and whatnot. They just want to get in and they just want to play the game. They just want to play it, and then you accidentally spend $150. And then on top of it, like they have all these silly things that you can purchase within the game. The park is wild. They literally have like a casino in the game. Like it's just so far away from what I care about for what they're trying to get me to pay extra for. Like I'm just not rocking with that. And then seeing like the pay to upgrade your player, that shit I'll never like that. I will never like the opportunity that somebody can just pay to be a 99.
Oh yeah.
You can just do that real quick. And I could be really good of 2K for years and years and years. Somebody paid to be a 99 and they're better than me because they paid for it. That's just kind of whack. And that makes me less interested to even involve myself in it at all. You know how we were playing Madden yesterday? It was on even ground.
Yeah.
Simple. That's how I like it. If I'm going to play online, I want it to be that simple. Where it's just like I hop in the game, it's just me and you, or it's me and somebody I don't even know, but I don't even have to think about what they did microtransaction-wise. It's not even a thought. I just play. So I like that. But anything else that you wanted to talk about at all? Because I'm pretty much done.
I could tell you, like, I spent almost $600, maybe 600 plus on NBA 2K last year.
You're fucking insane. And you don't want to get a PS. You don't want to get a PS5.
Bro, I know. I could have bought a PS5. I got addicted because everything came back because I love the park. I was going crazy in the park back in the days. Like, you can go back and go look at my NBA 2K 14, 15, 13, 12. Like, you go back and look, and one of my most played games was NBA 2K, and then it was Call of Duty, or then it was Halo. Like, it was like that. And then like it was be Forza or something like that. But yeah, no, it was everything to me. But I've lost the fact of how I forgot why I stayed away from it. And then now it all comes back to me. And now hearing all this news, it's like, come on, man. And also to add more insult to injury, 2K was the one that started this, that made the major push to have games raise up to $70.
Yes.
One PlayStation.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
I remember it was 2K with Zion on the cover, and and I think Lamar Jackson with Madden and all that junk went to $70 right at the jump of the generation. They were like the premier games to get.
Yeah. And so like, and so like when I was asking Dealer had 4 or 5 different players.
Right.
I was spending money on drip. Like if I'm going through the city, I'm gonna be clean. I bought all that George shit. I got me some I was Adidas. Like Xbox was clowning me because he's like, man, you changing clothes, man. How much money? I said, bro, I'm losing my mind because I was just having so much fun with it. And then I'm like, Dealer, how much money? He said, you don't want to know. And then like, bro, like he had to spend over $1,000. He had to spend over $1,000. So and it is optional, Rangy 4, and that's the one thing that is the positive, that it is optional. But
yeah, because I took advantage of zero of the options. I took it because it was an option. I took advantage of none of it.
Right, and so I got to go back to taking that option of going back to, I've spent my money on this game. I'm going back to my franchise mode. I'll play my online games and just enjoy it, and then may play the story mode part, and then keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? But no more park shit for me, because I'm not spending that type of money no more. And it's unfortunate because it is a very amazing, fun thing, and especially the way that these new next gen, features and stuff is going to be implemented in the game. It's going to be sweeter than it's ever been. But I'm just not. I just can't do that. I just can't do that. And then what makes it even more tragic is that it cannibalized any other games that potentially somebody else might think about. Because if you're spending that much money on that game by itself, then you won't give a Starfield a chance, or if you don't have, Game Pass, or you won't give, a Persona, or the Assassin's Creed, or whatever, or just a small indie title that's coming out that look like a Lives of P or anything like that. And that to me is what that sickens me, I think, the most, because it's predatory on younger people, because they take it, something that they love, and then evolved it into this big hustle game. Like it's so bad. It's so fucked up, but it is what it is. It is an option. It's just that, like, I'm just have to move different, and I hope other people will too, to let 2K know, look, slow it down. You can't keep doing shit like this. It is up to the community, the 2K community to side with it. But I hope they start understanding, like, look, man, this ain't it. This ain't it. It ain't the way.
Yeah, I'm just like Big Mad Mo. He says, I
Big
strolled.
Man said he's in it.
Yeah, he said, I strolled through the park with the brown shirt and the gray pants. Yeah, I'm very similar. I got the suit. I got the game.
You gotta buy at least one or two outfits, man. You gotta get man.
I'm just like, screw it, man.
Hell,
I'll see what it is. My player was a 92, and I had to grind all the way to that myself. I didn't pay for it, not a damn thing. I only got one player though. I ain't like dealer. I ain't doing that. It ain't a drug like that.
I got two. I did two, and like I said, I spent over $600. I know how much money I was spending. I bought the $150 version, and then I spent another $150 just in that first week, because I kept buying clothes. I bought clothes, and then I was like, oh shit, well, let me buy some more VC, and then let me just, yeah, it was stupid. Tragic. Never again. Well, I can't say never again, but it ain't happening for another probably 10 years. So.
All right. Well, I'm gonna close this out with something that Dolo Knight said. He says, whenever there is microtransactions, there will be whales buying their way to the top. That's why I quit playing mobile games, which is an absolute truth right there. Yep, I'm not into that jazz at all. But K Mega, please let everybody know where they can find you if they don't know already.
Oh man, appreciate it. Had another good show as usual. Man, you can catch me on my channel, K Mega 405. Hope guys will come through. People come through and check out. Last week I did Devin the Gamer. It was good to be talking back with my brother again, Don. Also, we had Doom Cutie come on to GRG. I started off a little rough, you know what I'm saying? I was, Ham was over there cooking me a little bit, you know what I'm saying? When I was saying, I was like, we got another victim. And then she kind of looked kind of crazy. And I'm like, well, I didn't mean it that way. And then I said the bums, and I was like, okay, let me just relax.
Yeah, you were out of pocket.
I was out of pocket at the beginning of the show, but we got it cooking. And then we had probably one of our best, and something that will probably be coming at the more often on GRG is when we was having the poll
best year
of the best year, or we'll probably kind of do more of those things going forward. And so that was really fun. We said, and I still say 1998 was the best gaming year of all time.
See, I'm still on 2004, bro. But 98 gets like, oh man, like in my opinion, it's like 2004 won the race just by like a nose, but like I could totally see where somebody would argue the opposite. Because
And
those
Dark
2
Optimus
years
had
were
it win.
those 2 years were just absolutely nasty.
Incredible.
And Dark Optimus wasn't kidding either. 2007 wasn't no punk either.
That was a great year. He had it, but then his ignorance got the best of him, saying that
man, you can't be repping Def Jam Icon, bro. You just can't do it. He really tried to tell me, and after the show, he said he was joking, of course. But during the show, he was like, Fight for New York isn't as good as Icon. And I was like, bro, you lose. You can't say
and
that.
That's why he lost. That's why he lost the poll. He had to take that L for that. That was an epic fail. But yeah, but thank Twitter at KMega4. Also, I'm on Threads at KMega45. I'm back doing Fight Night. I'm doing Fight Night on Twitch again. And so because you just don't know about fighting music, and YouTube always hits me with claims. So I went back to Twitch. So Fight Night Sunday is back on there, and it is KMega45 as well. And I'm on TikTok, KMega45, man. Everywhere you go, KMega45. So come and check us out and support. And thank you so much, Ham, for another one.
Yeah, I've seen that you recently followed me on TikTok. So I tossed you a follow right back. Is interesting to see you on there. I was surprised. I was definitely surprised.
I just came back on. I just hopped up on there maybe at this year, the start of this year, I think. So yeah.
Dope.
Or it was the end of last year, sometime.
Well, thank you for everybody that pulled up to the show today. It was a fantastic show. We had a lot to talk about. Things got pretty interesting, pretty wild, especially at the beginning of the show, talking about the who deserves review codes and whatnot. If you missed the earlier part of the show, definitely check it out. It's pretty fire. As for the channel, TSWS Gaming, that's where you can find me at, obviously here Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday for the most part. As for tomorrow's episode, me and Loke are going to be doing the lowdown. And that episode we'll be kicking it off pretty much talking about the Starfield start screen and how that's been getting judged by various people, mostly Grums. But we'll definitely get into that tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune in. Me and Loke will be doing our show. And then this Thursday, have Behind Them Sticks. And then on Friday, as usual, bullshitting with me, Loke, Matt Likes Games. I think Cozy Beluga's still doing her job training thing until September. So we'll see her soon. But anyways, I appreciate everybody for popping through. Thank you so much. Hopefully you had a good time. It was a good time for me and K Mega here today with you guys. Make sure you guys pull up for the next stream. Thank you so much. This is your boy from TSWS Gaming. Am Solo letting you know to make sure that you keep it gaming or keep it moving. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.